Alright guys, what's going on? We're back in the chaotic home shop. Before we get into today's video, which is going to be 5 gimmicky and cheap tools that you absolutely need if you're going to work on cars, we got a few things to take care of first. So it is June, it is a new month, and as you know, we have mystery boxes, shift, wrench, repeat mystery boxes, which is just filled with some small automotive tools, type stuff like that. Just a small way for me to say thank you. So the June's mystery box goes out to Elvis Rodriguez. So Elvis, if you're watching this, congratulations. Hit us up on Instagram and we will get some information for you so that we can get you your mystery box. All you guys got to do to get a mystery box just like this is comment on the videos, like and subscribe obviously is a bonus. It's much appreciated. I love the comments and I try to get back to everybody. As many of you know, I work as a technician at a Toyota dealership, and recently we got in the new 2020 Highlanders, and in general I like the last generation, the look of them better. The interior is nicer, I think, but I like the exterior look of the previous generation a little bit better. But there was something on those that was just kind of odd to me and I really couldn't place it, and then today it hit me. Now you're gonna have to stay with me, but I just thought this was interesting and it was super weird, so stay with me here. But I'm gonna insert a couple clips right here and explain what I'm talking about. All right, so if we look at this tail light, you stay with me, I'm not crazy. Like right through here, a little bit there, but mostly this. You see it? Anyway, so yeah, I just thought it was kind of odd that they had similar tail light. Now let's get into some tools, guys. We used to do a lot more tool videos. One thing I wanted to tell you really quick is this Craftsman 135 piece set is actually on sale for ridiculously cheap at your local Menards. So I got that set just because most of the stuff I have here in that crappy box is Chinese made, and I'm sick of busting my knuckles not having complete sets of anything, and I don't like bringing Snap-on and Mac tools home because that's how things get misplaced, and it's also just a pain in the butt to bring stuff back and forth. So we're gonna flip the camera over really quick and show you what that kit consists of.
They never really understand me. I need a comment like I need a Grammy. She lays the flow with her designer panties. Yeah, we eating plenty, check the pantry. From the sound waves to the rebel lines, from the tattered bridges to expensive dishes. Now we eating ends with these new beginnings. Yet the sign a major for the bankroll, but thank the Lord that it dies in penitentiary. Nice guy, my inside is empty. Mighty flashy with a bird's eye. Scribble gym to get my pockets lined till I get arthritis. Switch my heart is icy, walking past the bouncer like I knew somebody. Acrylics hella cloudy, at a poison ivy. But from like a stronger with a co-sign me. I don't even like me. Long stare in the mirror.
I had to walk back just to get this. Some of you have been asking about the Mazda. Damn, she looks good. Alright, so this is that 135 piece Craftsman tool set. Like I said, Menards now carries them. I think Ace Hardware, I know for sure Lowe's carries them. But you got some Allen standard and metric sockets. What I really like about this kit is they included 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. You get one of each of those respective ratchets, stubby sockets down there, couple wrenches, nothing too crazy, and a nut driver and some bits. Anyway, really good tools for the price, especially being that this was $79. If you want to find other ridiculous tool deals like this, my good buddy Rick Roberts has a Facebook page called Tool Junkie, so go check him out. Shout out to Rick. Alright guys, so that was the end of the busy work. Now let's get to the 5 cheap tools that in my opinion sometimes can be a little bit gimmicky, but can make your lives 1,000 times easier when you're working on cars. So the very first one is going to be in this little case here. I'm going to flip the camera around again so we can open this up and show you what's inside. Alright, so these are called easy outs, and basically what you're supposed to do is if you look on this end, it kind of has like a little spade type bit on it, so you're supposed to drill out a strip fastener with this, flip it around in your drill, and then use the end that actually looks like an easy out, right? So basically what this does, it just kind of avoids the hassle of having to find a drill bit that fits and switching out from the drill bit and the easy out to use these. So this is your classic as seen on TV, and I think I paid $2 for this on the Wish app. Yeah guys, so this is going to be my first tool that can make your life a little bit easier, and I'm going to be real with you guys, I'm not going to recommend something if it hasn't worked for me. And this, well, it's not the best quality, obviously at $2, what do you expect? This has saved my butt a few times at work. Little screws and fasteners that get stuck, you know, obviously nothing that's too crazy tight, but these actually work pretty good for the $2, actually better than an easy out in one circumstance. I was getting one of the adjustable bolts like you see on a hood, you know, and they have like the little rubber peg on them that you can adjust to make the hood level. That was stripped out. out. And I couldn't get a legitimate easy out kit to get the thing out of there, but this in my drill actually worked. So sometimes, you know, cheap isn't always terrible. Next on my list, and one of my favorite gimmicky cheap tools, also is the Chinese version, because I wasn't gonna pay for a name brand one until I knew if it worked, is this little specialized drill bit. So this is from Wish Tools, and the idea basically is if you have a bolt where the end of the threads are gummed up, you can put this on the end of the bolt and it'll actually shave it down in a conical shape so that you can start a nut on it. You can get known good brands of these. This again was off the Wish app. Sometimes I just get stuff off of there to try it out for you guys, and this one is about 2 years old. Again, this was probably $5, I believe. It was under 10 bucks, and it's absolutely a lifesaver. Studs that you hammer on, maybe you're taking an AC compressor off where the studs stick into the block, and maybe you booger up the threads. All you gotta do is take this on a drill or a right angle drill if you don't have a lot of room, buzz the end of it, and your nut should go right back on. So that is number 2 on my cheap gimmicky must-have tool list. Now, one thing I did want to say, you guys, when I say gimmicky tools, I don't necessarily mean all of these are gimmicky. I'm also encompassing cheap into this segment, but we've all seen those tools on TV. One good example off the top of my head is the Tiger wrench, where it claims to be like 50 wrenches in one, and actually the fitment on all of them sucks, and you can't get any leverage, and it's big and bulky, stuff like that. This seemed a little gimmicky to me. This is from Pittsburgh Harbor Freight, and this is a ridiculously oscillating and flexible 3/8 ratchet. Now, it does have that swivel head that's become very popular. Matco, they have that head on this tool. So this swivels around a lot, and it's also got a nice adjustable T-handle on there. This wasn't super cheap. I think it was 25 bucks, which isn't bad, but not cheap by Harbor Freight standards. The one time this always saves my butt at work is when I'm taking exhaust manifolds off a transverse mounted V6. So you're in the back, the exhaust is in the way, maybe the front diff is in the way, all sorts of stuff. Just not very fun. This tool, I can sneak right up there like this and bust some of that stuff loose. So this one, while it doesn't come out super often, I'm really glad to have it when I do. Next one is just something I kind of came up with from experience, and that is going to be a pipe cutter. You can see I have this wrapped around a bolt right now, so I do have a nice thread restorer kit at work, but sometimes you just don't have the size you need. So what you can do is take one of these pipe cutters. Plumbers use them for copper pipe, stuff like that. Works good to cut conduit as well, but it's got these 2 little rollers on the bottom here and then a blade, and the idea is you put it around a pipe just like you would this bolt I have here, and then you twist it around, tighten it up until it falls off. What I do is if I have a bolt that I don't have a thread chaser for, that maybe I just want to clean up, I'll put that bolt in there, put that blade into the thread, and then I just slowly work it around like this to clean that up. So you can get these things really cheap. I actually got this one at a garage sale, but it works really good as a universally sized thread chaser. Last on my list, I don't necessarily think I would call gimmicky, but I have a complete set of Craftsman strip sockets. I'll open these up and show you exactly how they work, but when you buy Craftsman, especially now that Sears is gone and they've switched ownership, I believe SBD, Stanley Black & Decker now owns them, but if you get Craftsman Professional or the Made in USA, because some of it is not anymore, there's the Evolve line, there's different classes, just like any tool. If you get the Professional, or in this case, US made and impact rated, these hold up pretty well. So let's open this up and show you number 5 on my list of cheap, quirky, must-have tools. All right, so we got the whole kit here, and you can see this kit actually goes from 10 to, I believe, 19. So there's quite a few sizes in here. The idea is that it's a socket that has teeth. I don't know if you can see that super well. So the idea behind this is there's actually teeth inside this socket. This is a 10 millimeter. So if you had a rounded off fastener, you would select your size, this case being a 10, pound it on with a hammer, and then you could either use a ratchet, or these are impact rated, I could use my zip gun and pull that out. This little rod right here is to get the fastener out, because obviously this is like a last resort, you guys. You're already planning on replacing the bolt. You don't care as long as you can get it out because it's stripped. So you're going to pound this on, then you use this little guy to go through the back side once it's out, and you're actually going to punch the bolt through this way. So this set right here has saved my butt quite a few times as well working on cars. Again, this is the USA made Craftsman impact rated strip socket set. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on 5 quirky and cheap must-have tools if you're going to be working on cars. I love talking about tools once in a while again. I know we used to do more of it. Now we got stuff like the Celica project going on. Don't worry, we didn't forget about the Fox body. She's right there. Taekwondo, my side job, which if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that kind of funded the Fox body project. really, I mean, that was where all that money came from. It was gone because of all the stuff going on around the world, obviously. We had to close the business for a while. But now last week was actually our first week back, so we can pick this back up. That bag right there is actually the engine fresh from the machine shop. So we're gonna kind of flip-flop back and forth between the Fox body and the Celica for the summer, now that we have that stream of income back. But you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a comment and a like down below. Subscribe if you have not already. Thanks again if you are already subscribed. I really appreciate it. Elvis Rodriguez, one more time, thanks for your contribution to the channel, your positive encouragement, and all of your comments. So make sure that you drop us a message on Instagram at ShiftRentRepeat so that you can pick up your mystery box. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.